3 days straight. Made it to different coffee venues. This one is right downtown Waukesha. Actually, just down the road, literally, on our basic daily intros. So yeah, we'll give the steaming pot. Oh, tripped on the step. Use the front entrance. Never been here. There's the open sign. Yeah, just exploring downtown. It's Mia's restaurant, the Funky Monkey, People's, and then right down here, One Stop Wonders, just further down. Powered by coffee. I desperately need some caffeine. I need some coffee. They have Tommy the Fox here. Must be a distant relative of Mr. Fox. Coffee achieved. They had a light roast and a dark roast. Usually I get medium, but with the light, signed up. Maybe I'll get some points. I guess every time, depending on how good the coffee is. I'm guessing it's probably sufficient. Probably just stop here when we do the intro downtown. I'm about to make you feel really old. Today, July 3rd, 2025. It's not bad. 40 years ago, 1985, July 3rd, was the day that Back to the Future came out in the movie theater. Think about that. 40 years ago today. I was not aware of that with the bus. Michael, I'm gonna give a shout out to Michael for letting me know that today was the day. I had no idea. You'd always think of dates like November 5th, 1955, like you think of like movie dates, movie quotes. But actual date that Back to the Future came out was today, 40 years ago, July 3rd. The Donut Squad, we gotta check out the Donut Squad too. I'm not sure if they're actually open. I did kind of just Google like coffee, Waukesha, and that's how I found the steaming pot, right? The steaming pot. Yeah, there's it looks like it's in operation. I don't know, maybe not. Remember that movie Sky High? Joey's Diner. Okay, so yeah, when we were kind of venturing out in Waukesha about a month ago, when we stopped over at One Stop Wonders, and then we just kind of walked around. There's a joke shop, record. There's a bunch of, you know, independent small businesses in the downtown. I saw this restaurant. It's a hamburger, $4.99, cheeseburger, $5.99, double cheeseburger, $6.99. Pretty reasonable. Have to check this out. They have Elvis right here. Pretty cool. Looks like a good spot. The Little Mermaid Jr. There's a movie theater right downtown. I never noticed this. It's that old school vibe. The Waukesha Civic Theater. I'm sure in 1985, Back to the Future was here. Or maybe it was actually live action, like an Annie. That's Mommy Dearest. I know that face, like that. Maybe there's a reason that hanger was around the corner. Mommy Dearest. Oh, this is gonna become a spot for us. Look at the Newsies over there. I bet you though, in '85, I bet you they were showing movies here. Never noticed this, that right across the street, because you know I come right over here to One Stop Wonders. There's an Antiques right next door. Metropolitan Antiques and Gifts, and then right behind me is the Antiques Uniques Mall on Main. So yeah, we've been here a zillion times. This is my favorite antique store, antique mall. Yeah, right across the street is another Antiques. I'm on the hunt for a Back to the Future. Something Back to the Future. I wanted to stop at, I kind of had this plan, come downtown, grab a coffee, see a U-Haul, and see if I can find any Back to the Future today. It's kind of a throwback video. kind of going back in time, trying to make it the best like time traveling I can. So I thought, hey, let's go to One Stop Wonders. We've come to the right place. There's some stuff here. We may have seen it before, but heck, it's Back to the Future. Is this? Let's look at this. Yeah, it reminded me of the Snoop Doggy Dogg's first, back then, cassette tape, now CDs, albums. Yeah, the boombox here was Snoop Dogg. I thought that was it. Was that the doggy style? Was that the name of it? It's the Pac-Man. So yeah, Back to the Future. 40 years. It's a Super Street Fighter. I didn't know that for Xbox 360. Oh, they have the NBA courtside, the Kobe Bryant courtside here too. So I thought I saw it somewhere else. Look at Turtles in Time. Super Nintendo. This was one of my favorites. We just talked about this last night. Previous video. $49.99. Man, that was, what a great beat 'em up. Mortal Kombat 3. We had in '97. Beethoven had a game. Still have the Back to the Future 2 shoot. So look at that. So that was I believe 1990. So that's 35 years. But yeah, it goes right in with Back to the Future. These are $250. There was a question the last time we checked these out. I guessed, I threw out a price. I said I don't believe they'd be under 150. I was kind of thinking 185. 250. These are size 14, I believe. Yeah, they got the movie poster. You just good. That is so cool. Back to the Future movie poster right here. Yeah, so November 5th, 1955. It's October 21st, 2015, going into the future. January 1st, 1885, Back to the Future 3. So right here, 1, 2, and 3, Back to the Future out of time. 1.21 gigawatts. No, every line from this movie. Watched it more than any movie. Absolutely love it. There's favorites I have, but Back to the Future is absolutely the best. A huge throwback here. Look at the Batman '89 Batmobile. This the Flintstones children's video storage case. That is, look at the Hanna-Barbera. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this, there is just the best stuff here. If you have off the 4th like I do, they will be open till about 2 o'clock tomorrow. There's gonna be a parade going on downtown Waukesha, so the whole night, the Friday nights with the live music and how they shut the streets down, this is the 1 week where it won't be happening, but the parade will be here. They will be open till 2, and if you get here early enough, if you're in the area, you can sit right here. The parade's gonna go by right in front of One Stop Wonders, the Antique Mall. Perfect spot. Stop over here and maybe find something good on the 4th. July 3rd, 1985. I mean, it is official. Back to the Future hits 40 years, the 40th anniversary in the classic movie poster. Here's the image that Michael sent me on Messenger. I want to give a big shout out to Michael. Thank you. I did not know that today was officially, Jaws turned 40, or Jaws turned 50. I think Jaws turned 50 this year. Back to the Future, 40 today. Of course, it would be really cool. Not one of their best, but if they had the Back to the Future NES game. I remember seeing that first time at Blockbuster Video, and I worked all day out for my uncle. I gave me a $20 bill, and he was renting a bunch of stuff, and I go, should I get Back to the Future? And he goes, it's your money, do whatever you want. Kind of the J.G. Wentworth, it's your money, use it when you want. And I didn't rent it. Turned out not to be the greatest game, but they got an arc. But it's Back to the Future. The whole reason why I wear Nikes. They're my first pair of Nikes because of Michael J. Fox. We're kind of doing, rocking Back to the Future, rocking. There is a curb, and every time I walk over here, I step on, like when I do this, it's so easy to just like step on and just kind of like jolt your ankle. You gotta be careful. But I did find some throwbacks of some arcades that basically started it all. There's that Sky High again. I'll never forget the intro, Wonder Woman. Welcome to Sky High. I cannot think of her name offhand, which I'm having a hard time remembering people's names now, but Wonder Woman, Sky High, welcome to Sky High. I'll never forget that. That was the the preview you'd see at the movies. Linda Carter. I swear I did not just reach for my phone. My coffee's in my hand. Linda Carter. That's who is Wonder Woman. I'm not losing it yet. Oh, we have sirens. This is the parks are doing this downtown. It's right across the river over right from the Bears. Someone's kind of using the Bears as a table. 10 arcade classics. Oh, it's like they're right in front of us. That paved the way for today's games. Missile Command, 1980. Tempest, 1981. I think the Sirens is a good background for this. Hope everyone's okay. I shouldn't be cracking jokes about it. Donkey Kong Jr., 1982. Mario Brothers, 1983. No, not Super Mario Brothers, but Mario Brothers. Funny story about this is the first time I played this, like, what the heck is this? This isn't Super Mario Brothers. This was on the actual arcade cabinet. Outrun, I love the image they're using here, 1986. Time Crisis, 1995. Dance Dance Revolution, 98. I'm not sure how, you know, kind of got us with Time Crisis a little bit. You know, we're at Outrun, boom, 11 years later, 9 years later, 9, and then Dance Dance Revolution, okay. Street Fighter 2, 1991. I always thought it was 92. I always thought Street Fighter 2 was 92. Maybe that's when Super Nintendo got it. Galaga, 1981. And Pac-Man, 1980. Pac-Man, the most popular game of all time. Where's my Robotron 2084 t-shirt that Stock Jock got me? So just, they didn't have this in the top 10, or the 10 iconic games that paved the way. I think Robotron could have been there for, I don't know, Dance Dance Revolution. I think they could have pushed that one back. Even Time Crisis. Yeah, that was a fun game, but I don't know if Time Crisis paved the way. I think there were some other Lethal Enforcers, I believe. It was before Time Crisis, maybe Area 51, but wearing my Robotron shirt, thought it'd be fitting. I have a Back to the Future t-shirt. I got a Robotron. That's what I'm going with. And my coffee is still right here, so I haven't lost the coffee. We're off like a dirty shirt. Remember that Seinfeld episode where he's like, the different sounds of sirens? This is one of them. Sounds like one of those like laser guns from the 80s. So something you'd have in like 88. I'm trying to think of Battlestar Galactica. It had like a laser toy gun. Battlestar Galactica, and it made sounds like that. Here's a terrible joke, but I saw it today, and just because I heard a firework, which there are fireworks happening tonight in Waukesha. Other towns, cities in the area will do them, you know, the day of the 4th of July, but today being the 3rd, they're doing it in Waukesha tonight. The bad joke that I heard today was, what did the lightning bolt say to the firework? You're stealing my thunder. Look at this, July 3rd, and Halloween Express is already starting to move in. It gets earlier and earlier every year. Had to talk about one deal going on. Well, two at Hobby Lobby. The spring shop is 50% off, along with, I believe it's the wall home decor. Looks like another 40% off for 4th of July sales, but there's big, you know, I don't know how many like real incentives there are shopping the 4th of July. Hobby Lobby offering some incentives going through Saturday, but then other things are going to kick off, and we're gonna cover that very soon. I know Target, Amazon, of course, but yeah, the 50% off is going through the remainder of the week, July 5th. So 2 more days as a recording of this. I'm gonna start the video off with my Back to the Future 2 coffee mug. Even though we were gonna get a coffee, just kind of show it, like, kind of this is gonna make you feel really old. It was in the dishwasher, so I knew that, you know what, Hobby Lobby, I remember seeing these. These are back to the Future, Back to the Future 2. So if you're looking for a nostalgia grabber, $10.99 for the Back to the Future 2. I am a fan of these heat changing mugs. Now you can't put them through, I don't want to drop this, I'm trying to do this with one hand here very carefully. You can't put them through the dishwasher, you have to wash them by hand. I love this mug. A couple more days, it looks like I'm safe. Well, there's 2 here, there's I'm sure there'll be others. I need a few more days and I'm gonna pick this up. I'm all about cycles. I don't have a DeLorean to go back in time. In case they do sell out, I could come back to the 3rd, but again, I don't know anybody that has that, so I'm chancing it. Also, the Game Boy Classic coaster, so I love that grid. Very cool. They have the NES too. Who doesn't love those classic NES games? This is just, it's cool. I love the theming with Game Boy. That's what's luring me to that coffee mug. I don't believe there's any Back to the Future. Like, that would be cool. Like, if there was like a Back to the Future sign, something similar to like something like this, or like the Jurassic Park one we see. I mean, they have Star Wars. They should have that. Hobby Lobby. We need, you have the mugs here. We need a Back to the Future sign. Out of time, or have like an LED light up of the license plate, something. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I haven't come across that. They're getting new stuff. They have the Zelda. We saw the Pac-Man. But we need more Back to the Future. They have the Nintendo lamp. So at Target you can pick this up, but I don't think you get the box. It's loose. So you get the theming at Hobby Lobby. Has some new stuff. What is this? Step 1, remove me. This is heavy. Look at this. Is this a light? $7.99, or is it just a display? Have the, I'm gonna say, I don't know, PlayStation. I would say that's PlayStation. PlayStation 2. Very heavy, like a paperweight. Some Thumb Wars. Some more signs over here. Some more lights. Yeah, plenty of Jurassic Park. I mean, look at this. Universal property. They're lacking the Back to the Future. I mean, they could totally get away with it. Yeah, but see that sign, and of course the Star Wars. There's a new Spider-Man. I saw something online today because they do have the Christmas. There might be something really goofy that I would be into. We'll see if it's here. What is this? Batman Mask Light. Yeah, there's a bunch of new Spider-Man. I don't want to miss anything, but let's see. There's a few here. There's another one. It's on the X-Men. So if you have the X-Men light, same type of stand. I wonder if the X-Men light was here at one point. I think I bought mine on Amazon, but this will light up. Yeah, so the eyes light up. A lot of Beatles references here. You have the LED classic Beatles sign. This is actually pretty good. $15.99. I wonder how many were here, because this is something that you're not going to see sticking around. So yeah, it lights up like that. Also, they had some pins over here. You have the Beatles and Peanuts doing their little Abbey Road impression right here. Okay, just a tad early on the Christmas, but yeah, I did see something online, so I will be. Even though they have the the Grinch wreaths here, we'll keep my eye out because it was pretty cool. I don't want to give anything away, but it's just something goofy. When it becomes available, I'll grab it and I'll come back and I'll say this is what I was talking about. Actually, shouldn't be too long. Say, have a lot of Christmas stuff up already. Going back to the arcades, Lego has another buildable arcade. They had the Pac-Man about a year ago. Looked like a bar top. Now they're bringing back another arcade. This is 6 inches. only 468 pieces. Nothing like, you know, that giant Pac-Man, but it's $39.99. Comes out August 1st. So I wanted to show this because it reminded me of a Polly Pocket, and there might have been like a boys, you know, like the Micro Machines. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But it's cool that, you know, you have this, so it's 6 inches, and then it opens up, and it's just like a play set of its own, and you have a guy playing, you know, little arcade machine. So it's pretty cool. 40 bucks. Comes with some 5 quarters. Supposed to represent nickels. I always call them quarters. You know exactly what they're doing. Lego, you know, with the nostalgia grabbers. It's like with just basic wrapping paper. Look at Peanuts. You have the Grinch. And this is the fun stuff. You know, gosh, I'm thinking Christmas already. We're in July, but don't they say Christmas in July? Isn't that a thing? This would be a good place to pick up wrapping paper. I was just thinking like signs and, you know, pictures here, but yeah, they have this too. Okay, now we're talking Xbox gaming locker storage for all your accessories, $27.99. Holds up to 10 games if Xbox is still going to produce them. 4 controllers. You have your headsets up there. I like it. Hey, put the games right inside of the. That's a good idea. You have the light. This is definitely a PlayStation controller, and then the LED. Yeah, if you have the Xbox fridge, they go great together. I like that. Little drawer comes out. It's a really cool idea. It's not too overpriced. This is a good gift for someone. That's why it's a little gift. I kind of walked into that. Speeding just kind of says it all for Back to the Future. It'd be perfect if it was 88. Oh, it's 86 almost. That would have been a great finish. 88 miles per hour, not 86. And that's gonna do it for today. Mr. Fox, did you know that Back to the Future, 40 years ago today, July 3rd, was in the movie theaters for the very first time? All right, for the very first time, this is now open. The bathrooms are still under construction, but this is all brand new. They removed the wall. However, Starbucks is now officially like in construction phase, so there's no Starbucks here, but they're making progress at the home Target. I like it. Yeah, I didn't think I wasn't really excited about this, but it's gonna take some time to get used to how the clothing's set up. Got other things in the store, but I like the look. Along with these Pac-Man pajama pants. Very nice. A little hot to be wearing them now, but you gotta think ahead. You gotta think about, you know, again, it's basically Christmas in clearance 14. Christmas in July right now. Came across something about PlayStation 6 today that it could be completely powered by AI. How do you feel about that? I mean, you can't stop like what's coming, but imagine AI just, it's hard to like think. And what always comes to my mind on something like that is Skynet. And just kind of, you know, sci-fi, just kind of fantasy thinking here, but you know, how we've come to this point, it just reminds you of Skynet. How do you feel about AI completely running the show, possibly on a PlayStation 6, which is probably going to be all digital games? By the way, that Xbox fridge, I wish it was $34.99. See, I'm not really sure. I think it's $100. Yeah, I think it's $99.99. But it would look so cool with that thing from that little, you know, storage from Hobby Lobby. Of course, you'd need 10 games. You'd have to find 10 Xbox games out of this. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching. See you on the 4th of July. I might see some fireworks tonight, but there'll be more fireworks tomorrow, Mario. Thanks for watching. Still no Donkey Kong at this location, but I did hear that Cyberpunk 2077 is running okay on this guy right here. You're telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean? Well, I figured if you're gonna build a time machine, you might as well do it in style. What I like how you have the Back to the Future 2 on the back. I need fuel. Oh man, what a movie.
Here.
Yeah, Ghostbusters a year older. 41 years, and Jaws was 50, right? I think 50 years, Jaws. Give me a Pepsi free. Look, pal, if you want a Pepsi, you gotta pay for it.